Self-made successes, they love to travel. And when they hit the road, money is no object.
My name's Philip Levine. I started with nothing and built a global cruise ship media empire.
I call Miami home. I love this place and everything it has to offer. From star-studded charity galas to cruising the Intercoastal with celebrities like Ryan Seacrest.
Come on, show me some speed.
Jet setting is a way of life that revolves around travel. Wild nightlife, incredible mansions, amazing restaurants, and five-star hotels. But what I've learned throughout my journeys is that it's not just about spending cash, it's about spending time with the people who define these exotic locations. And in this show, they'll tell us the secrets of their success.
So where are we going today? On an extravagant voyage along the coast of South America.
We'll live in luxury on board the world's most fabulous yacht.
Anything we want on board, we get.
We're hanging out at the seaside villa of an Argentinian supermodel mogul.
This is magnificent.
We'll celebrate New Year's Eve at a super secret party getaway in Uruguay.
The best place in the world.
And we'll end up in Rio, where I'll make it my mission to find that girl from Ipanema.
This is going to be an adventure of a lifetime.
This is Jet Set. Buenos Aires. Jet setters call it the Paris of South America. It's an urban paradise with tree-lined streets, killer shopping, phenomenal ice cream. It's the local milk that makes it so good. And amazing old-school architecture mixed with a new school vibe. The place to stay in BA is the Palacio Duhau. I found it when I booked my trip through Virtuoso, a travel company that caters to the jet set crowd. This place is a hipped-up, 100-year-old mansion. It's got $1 million wine room.
This is a Malbec from the northwest part of our country. It's from Salta.
And South America's only cheese cellar.
There are 13 kinds of French cheeses, and all of the rest are national cheeses.
Standard rooms here are anything but standard. And because the US dollar is worth almost double, this is affordable luxury. This is the presidential suite. With a touch of a button, the plasma swivels and the curtains close. It was the perfect place to rest up and clean up because my journey was about to begin across town with a beautiful lady called the Sea Dream. Measuring out at 344 feet of teak and luxury, don't call the Sea Dream a ship. She's a yacht.
Welcome to your stateroom.
Thank you. Thank you.
My favorite foods, a plasma, champagne, and even embroidered pajamas. I knew right away that this voyage was going to be something special, unforgettable. After a comfortable evening voyage, we arrived in the beautiful country of Uruguay. It was New Year's Eve day as the seaside city of Punta del Este came into view.
That's terrific.
It was only 9 in the morning, but I could already smell a giant party.
Look at all the yachts, my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's endless.
My heart filled with warmth as I saw my good friend and local hero, Nando Parrado.
Great to see you.
Welcome to paradise. Okay, let's go.
The first thing that hits you when you arrive in Punta is the people. They're beautiful, all of them. That's why the jet set called this place the Saint-Tropez of South America.
How many people come in now to Punta for this New Year's? What do you think the population swells to?
Yeah, I think about 150,000.
How many of those people would you say are models?
Half of them.
everything's here.
Everything's here.
Nando owns a 42-foot-long sailboat. He loves the sea. As we tender out, I'm amazed at how much Punta's grown since I was here about 6 years ago.
This is the only place in the world where you have freedom, security, beautiful beaches, beautiful weather. People who come here, they want to enjoy the best of the world. Here it's very relaxed but very refined. Hello, my captain.
All right, here we go.
The boat, the place, Nando totally lives the jet-set life. But the fact that he's even alive is one of the most amazing stories on the planet. Ever see the movie or read the book Alive? It's Nando's story. In 1972, the plane carrying Nando and the Uruguayan national rugby team crashed in the Andes Mountains. Nando, then 21, and his teammates were trapped in a frozen hell for 10 weeks and forced to eat the flesh of their dead friends to survive.
When you were on that glacier and you thought it was the end, in a million years, you ever imagine yourself sitting on this sailboat?
Never, ever. There was no way out, absolutely no way. I mean,
What was it that you think that was in you that made you or allowed you to overcome what you went through?
when you're confronted with life and death, you discover some raw truth in your behavior. And some people rise to the best, some people get down to the worst.
After being lost for nearly 3 months, Nando hiked out of the mountains for 17 days to find help. He and his teammates are alive today because of that decision.
I was buried and dead. Everybody thought I was dead. I came back after being dead for almost 3 months.
Nando, have you been back to the Andes, the original crash site?
I've been back many times. This past March, I've been back there with my family for the first time. My daughters asked me to go there because they wanted to see the place where they say they were born. They said, Daddy, if you hadn't done what you had done, if you hadn't suffered what you suffered, we wouldn't be here.
His perseverance in those mountains and in life has led to great success. Nando writes books, races cars, and runs an entertainment empire.
What's your one secret to success?
It's 99% work, 1% inspiration. When I'm facing something that's kind of hard, I always go back and I think, Nando, if you did that, you can do this also.
Like many of my friends, Nando believes deeply in using his success to help others. He raises money for dozens of charities.
And we work with more than 200 families, helping them to get out of poverty. We also help some orphanages. I cannot fix the whole world, but if you start by something very small, maybe that makes a difference.
But if there's one thing Nando aspires to do, it's to inspire others to overcome adversity in their own lives.
I always say that everybody has their own Andes in life, everybody.
Coming up, Nando and I hit the road.
I think we found heaven, Nando.
Then, so far, my journey has taken me from Buenos Aires, Argentina, to Punta del Este, Uruguay, where it's New Year's Eve. Punta is where the rich and famous merge with the young and modest to create the South American party melting pot. It's kind of like South Beach with an accent. My friend Nando Parado just rolled down the top of his classic Mercedes convertible.
You know, look at that, that's an icon of Punta del Este, the hands.
It looks like a giant sandcastle, but Nando says it's actually a permanent sculpture.
Look at that, that's great.
This is the most beautiful beaches. It's very small, very secluded, very free. The way of life here is fantastic.
About 10 miles up the coast, we cross a bridge that feels more like a roller coaster. It's a local landmark that serves as a heads up to travelers. Get ready for a wild ride in the town ahead. Because just a mile up the road is the world-famous Bikini Beach.
I think we found heaven, Nando.
Bikini Beach, the hottest place in South America.
Bikini Beach pretty much defines Punta. Free spirits, fast friendships, and getting your tan on. I decide to exercise my right as a red-blooded American male to explore this fascinating cultural masterpiece.
Why is Punta del Este so hot and so exciting?
Because we meet people from all over the world, like from Argentina, from here, from Uruguay, from Brazil.
A lot of girls, these girls are fantastic.
As much as I wanted to stay and hang with Nando and my new best friends, I had places to go. Nando dropped me off here at the sprawling, rustic estate of modeling mogul Pancho Dotto. They call it a chacra, kind of a gentleman's ranch. But this ranch would have only one gentleman and a whole lot of ladies.
Hey, hey!
¡Hey! Aquí está la casa.
After a quick greeting, the first thing I saw was this. She's here for a photo shoot. So is she. They are too. Every summer, up to 20 models visit here, where they seek the advice and guidance of one of the world's premier modeling managers in South America's #1 trendsetter. Much like the town of Jose Ignacio, where it sits, Pancho's estate is casual but dripping with culture, which is exactly why the jet setters flock to the area. Well, that and a panoramic overlook of the Atlantic.
Ah, look at this. This is
Maravilloso, la galería
magnificent.
Las Chicas, las Beauties.
The views are stunning.
Ariana, Philip, nice to meet you. What does Pancho Dotto represent to everybody in the modeling industry?
My manager and my friend.
They are young, they watch Pancho Dotto, they see and Pancho Dotto, and then
It's like a dream.
Yes.
It's a dream.
For us, it's like a dream.
Yo empecé trabajando como modelo.
I began to work with models when I was 16. I worked in a restaurant. I began to design clothes.
9 años, exterior con Europa.
I always had this desire to start an agency.
Mercados muy importantes.
Now, I have a good percentage of the market in South America and about 30% in Mexico.
As he showed me around the grounds, I found Pancho to be gregarious, his attitude seemingly fearless, a driven executive. But once we got to talking, really talking, I discovered a vulnerable businessman, deeply afraid of losing everything.
What's the secret of your success?
What I'm going to tell you is going to be a little ridiculous. It's been 23 years since I had a vacation. The people around here seem like they're on vacation, but when I come here, it's pure work with the models, with my clients.
Pancho Dotto is proud. A tour of his nearby studio is like a museum dedicated to the models he has made international stars.
Yo disfruto mucho del éxito de las chicas.
It is a real reward to see the models leave as a success. I mean, they can come in with a pair of jeans and a shirt, but they leave as real success stories. For me, that's the greatest payoff. My dream now, Philip, is to have a family. The problem is this. When I tried to date a woman, my limited time would interfere. If we set up a time, I'd show up late. Then I'd be late 1, 2, 3 times. It would get old, and I would just lose the woman. With all the years of fame and the struggles, I can't really change. That's the great cost of my life.
My heart bleeds for you, and I see that life is very difficult here in Punta del Este.
It's hard, but somebody has to do it.
You're probably one of the most famous, successful bachelors in the world. I want to know what kind of advice to give another bachelor.
Introducing me to this model was his answer. What you're about to see isn't pretty. So we rode off along the coast. Pancho was grinning ear to ear.
I'm loving Punta del Este.
He may not have found the love of his life, but Pancho Dotto is showing all of us that life is meant to be loved. Being surrounded by happy people makes him happy. Not a bad place to be, especially if you live in paradise.
God, we can end the show right here, and I'll just ride off into the sunset.
Coming up, high drama on the high seas.
Is there a reason why we're not slowing down?
Then we'll soak up the natural beauty of the rainforest. It's New Year's Eve, and the Sea Dream is moored off the coast of Punta del Este, Uruguay. I had cleaned up my act, or at least I tried to, and I was ready for the night ahead. The 5-star condo resort group, Setai, invited me to their exclusive bash across town. Living in Miami, I spend plenty of time at their red-hot South Beach property. I expected to walk into 5-star elegance. Instead, I strolled down a dark dirt path and saw a bonfire lighting up a small chic tent village. The Setai is about to break ground on this ridiculously prime oceanfront land. But tonight, they're embracing Uruguay's less is more approach. Simple, but stunning.
And then this is what we call a chapa. A chapa is a place where we burn things very fast.
Celebrity chef Francis Melman is cooking a special menu of meats, fish, veggies, and even dessert cooked on open flames, a tribute to old-school cooking on the Pampas. 10 salmon are inside this mound of salt.
It's the most beautiful way of cooking a fish because it's like steamed. All the juices of the salmon or the fish stay in there, and it's extremely elegant. Let's put this into the fire.
As midnight approached, the party was heating up and dinner was served. My table was a who's who of South American culture. In fact, the guy with the scarf is Martin Barrantes, polo player and producer of VIB tournaments all around the world.
How come polo players and amazing parties seem to go together?
Well, polo players are crazy. They love parties. They play and they have parties.
As the clock ticked towards 2007, the dance floor exploded.
We want to do one party and we want to do it perfectly. And that's what we've done.
Suddenly, just 5 minutes before midnight, the dance floor empties. Everyone beelines to the beach, where there were no countdowns, no giant ball, no old lang syne, but we all knew exactly when midnight struck. Up and down the coast of Uruguay, hundreds of thousands of revelers were traditionally welcoming in the new year with fireworks. But not everyone was on the beach. In downtown Punta and the town of La Barra, tens of thousands of international partiers were off the hook on the streets and in the clubs.
Punta del Este, best place in the world for New Year's.
Look around! How fabulous can it be?
People are happy. People don't think about anything. No worries. No economy. All these things. It's like to be happy.
I've never been much of a club guy. My perfect evening is a handful of friends enjoying dinner and talking about life. Maybe that's why I felt so at home here tonight. In a forest, along a beach, and a country most people can't even find on a map. Not a bad way to ring in the new year. Not a bad way at all. The sun rose at 6:30 on New Year's Day. I think the captain and first mate were the only ones who saw it. Passengers finally started to crawl out of bed for breakfast around noon. We were scheduled for a couple of beautiful days sailing the Atlantic. The perfect opportunity to meet my longtime friend Larry Pimentel on the top deck. He's the owner and CEO of Sea Dream.
These look comfortable. Oh, man.
We flopped down onto one of 8 Balinese-style outdoor beds. It's one of my favorite spots on the entire ship.
This is like a private yacht.
This is a yachting experience. Again, it's not a cruising experience. It's not for the masses. It's not how big can it be, but rather how intimate should it be. We've gone from this notion of mass exclusivity to exclusivity your way. So your drink, you order it up here at the top of the yacht bar, and you go downstairs to the aft pool deck. They're going to know what your drink is.
What's the new luxury, Larry?
The new luxury is not about glitz. The new luxury is about what the guest wants. It's about what they want to eat. It's about what they want to do. And rather than everybody on the ship doing everything at the same time, they do it on their timetable, and we call it casual perfection, Sea Dream style. It's not about tuxes. It's not about ties. It's about being as formal as you are today.
Which is pretty informal. This is like the place to be.
This is the place to be. This is the top of the yacht bar, and it's so great because you have a vista of everywhere that you're looking. So as the ship is going, you get that fresh, cool air coming at you. You're having a great drink. There are guitarists up here at night, and the guitarists are playing music, and people are just having a great time. This is the library, and it's rather extensive. The library has in excess of 1,200 volumes. This is the dining salon. All 110 guests can sit all at the same time. They don't have to have a specific time.
But if I'm down here, I just want like a great chef salad. I can get it, right?
There's a prefixed menu, and then if you want something else, you ask for it.
That sounded like the ultimate dare.
Anything we want on board, we get. There's nothing they can say no to. So what do you guys want?
I found these guys lounging in the topside bar and asked them to go nuts, order anything they could possibly imagine.
We would like a tower of caviar.
Certainly.
With all the accoutrements. Strawberries. Cristal to wash it down. And, of course, to follow it up, Remy Martin Louis XIII.
Make sure it's not the little crackers, but the little teeny pancakes.
And I think they want it in 3 minutes.
Right now.
I bet here we are. 3 towers of caviar on the pancake and Louis XIII syrup. Okay, chef, good luck. That's going to taste nice. Just tastes great. There you go.
Whoa! All right. Okay. So guys, what compares to this? What can you really...
Not a lot. At a moment's notice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Depending on the itinerary and season, Sea Dream Getaways start at about $3,500. High-end luxury on the high seas. In the beginning, it was a risky business idea, but it paid off.
To be successful is to be able to maybe listen to inner voice.
Atle Brynestad is a Norwegian business visionary. He owns 2 of these babies, and there isn't an ocean in the world they haven't sailed.
When I started my business, I had nothing, so I had to create everything from zero.
And later in life, you still face the same challenges. Everyone does.
It's not only about money and success, but it's bumps in your personal process and about how to be a human being. And the travel inside, which is very often can be the most scary place to travel, inside yourself.
Stories of success, glassy waters, and warm sun. Woo! We were just miles from Brazil, and my friend, renowned artist Romero Brito, was waiting on shore to welcome me to his native land.
044 degrees.
Okay. Longitude 23. Sorry, longitude 23. Commercial pilot for this day is off. Sea Dream is exactly where it is supposed to be.
The Sea Dream had got caught in a surprise squall. We were off the coast of southwest Brazil. Hard to tell when you can't see 2 inches in front of your nose.
Greatest business ventures of my entire life had the most difficult, challenging beginnings.
I was trying to keep the crew's spirits up. Hard to do when people are running around shouting orders into walkie-talkies, or when the first mate looks less than thrilled and keeps consulting his map.
Do you see us, or do you have your coordinates again?
This is the big, difficult, hard berth, but it'll be a beautiful baby. I know it will be. It's all about instinct.
I decided to follow mine. After all, I was afraid we'd miss Romero Brito completely. Local officials had slowed all passenger ship traffic coming in and out of port. So I hired a local speedboat to get us to the island of Paraty.
Okay.
It was just one thing I hadn't counted on.
Is there a reason why we're not slowing down?
The best way to go over there is to both ships moving.
You do this when you're with the Navy SEALs, but usually you've been practicing for about like 6 months or something like that.
So here was the drill. With both ships moving at the same speed, my crew and I had to jump through an escape hatch from one to the other, equipment and all. One false move, and let's just say it was a leap of faith.
Obrigado. Careful, Shanti.
Careful, Shanti. Look out, it's slippery. Buddy, careful.
So nobody ever said that jet setting was pretty. This is an adventure.
Soon after we left the Sea Dream behind, the clouds broke, and what emerged was a view unlike any other. Lush, untouched rainforest.
It looks like Jurassic Park. Absolutely amazing.
We pulled into Paraty, a sleepy little town. This entire area is pretty much the yachting capital of Brazil. Visitors who spend a day or two at this hidden fishing spot feel like they've entered into a colonial time warp. It was the ideal place to meet Romero and to embrace Brazil for the very first time.
There he is.
You got lost.
Romero Brito. I want to go into a painting with you.
Oh yeah? All right, let's do it.
Romero took me through the hills of Paraty. 500 years ago, the Portuguese discovered gold here and cut down most of the trees. But the forest is resilient and rose once again into a rich tropical jungle.
It's so neat. I mean, it's beautiful, Romero. We're in your home.
Romero showed me the rainforest, the beautiful views, and the stunning colors that inspire the famous artwork featured in his Miami gallery.
Look at this beautiful green here. I mean, the world should see, how beautiful, nature of Brazil. There's a lot of nature here that we should maintain and people should know about. Now, why don't you paint a little bit here? Make sure you be in line here, in this area here.
Right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I don't want to mess up this masterpiece.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, this is not that hard.
What did you just say? You say it's not hard?
I just said this is very hard.
Oh, yeah? Oh, thank you. That's amazing.
Romero's introduction was the perfect gateway to a lush country, where I was quickly learning that the people are often as colorful as the plant life. Coming up, Narcisa.
Okay, you ready for me?
Let's enjoy life!
And the Prince of Hip tries his best to give me a makeover Rio style. It was smooth sailing all night along the Brazilian coast. Early in the morning, the Sea Dream approached a quaint village called Búzios. 20 years ago, this place was a sleepy waterfront fishing port. That was then. This is now. Búzios is all about galleries, surfing, sunning, and partying. The bars cater to both the sophisticated and the local sun-drenched surf crowd. Toss in a famous creperie, and this South American secret spot is a jet-setter's paradise.
Hey!
Hi, how are you,
Narcisa?
This is Narcisa. She's a Brazilian icon.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
She's a world-traveling socialite and calls Búzios her second home.
Billions, clothes. Maybe that.
We were on our way to a mountainside cocktail party until I saw this place.
It's not hard, right?
Nothing.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. Come on.
No, we don't try.
Do it carefully.
You think
I'll be
so?
right behind you. We'll try it for 2 seconds.
Ok. Não vai estragar o meu cabelo?
Ah, meu Deus, faz outro.
Não quero.
It has a good,
Gostei
it has a good
desse
Brazilian
cheiro.
smell to it. Let's give her a clean one instead.
Ai, não vou botar. I don't want. It's not good, the taste.
But
Dá outro, então.
But you're not having one for dinner.
Por favor.
You need. Narcisa.
What?
This one smells really good. It does. That's a good one.
Okay.
I would have dinner out of that one.
Nossa, ficou linda.
That looks fabulous.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for me?
Let's enjoy life. Oh my God. Faster.
Okay.
It's much faster than you.
This looks tougher, Narcisa.
Yeah, this is tougher.
This is more difficult.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
If
it.
you want, I can can help you, baby.
Because...
Are you afraid?
Whoa! I love Buzios. This is awesome. I'll drive?
Yeah, you drive.
Okay.
As we drove through the cobblestone streets, we passed a handful of the town's 200 inns. The higher we climbed, the more exclusive the homes and the more stunning the views. 27 hidden coves make Buzios one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Now let's go dress because there is a party.
Here. Okay.
Yeah.
If Narcisa appears to have a unique lust for life, it's because her life has been just that, unique.
My God, you can see for 1,000 miles.
Let me introduce to my friends.
As a self-proclaimed party girl, the late 90s took Narcisa into the dark side of the jet-set lifestyle. She had a thriving career as the top gossip columnist in the country. The parties came with the job, and the booze and drugs came with the parties.
You know, it was very happy. In the beginning of the drugs and alcohol, you feel like a honeymoon, but after, you are in a hell. So I decided that I was sad, that I was not happy anymore, because in the beginning you are very happy, you are very excited, you feel that you are the best, but after, sometimes you feel
Narcisa fell hard, which is what makes her rebound even more remarkable.
So I decided to go out of the crazy life and to be sober and to be clean and to be happy. You know, Philip, it's good to be sober and crazy.
Crazy like a fox. Her autobiography, Sheer Madness, became a bestseller, and she's on her way to becoming one of Brazil's best-known lawyers.
Let me introduce you to the judge of Buzios.
Judge.
Narcisa is a woman on a mission. Stay clean and sober, not only for herself, but for them. About an hour outside of Rio de Janeiro is the House of Narcisa, an orphanage that serves as a refuge for over 100 underprivileged Brazilian children.
What made you decide to do that? How did you...
Because I love to give. The more you give, the more you receive. And I love this orphanage. My aunt discovered and has the same name of mine. When I see the faces of the children, I feel on the moon.
You've had quite a tale.
Live a lot, you know, because life is very fast.
Very fast.
So you have to enjoy all the moments you can have. Enjoy life, enjoy all the moments because it's gonna pass so fast. When you see it's done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
My pleasure.
My pleasure. Enjoy Brazil.
I had intended to take in the all-night Buzios party scene, but I was exhausted. You know, Narcisa will do that to you. Coming up, a fashion trendsetter reveals the secret of his success. I started my adventure in Buenos Aires and traveled 800 miles along the South American coast, ending up here in Rio de Janeiro. I said goodbye to the sea dream and took in the town. The original Copacabana Hotel is still here, on the beach and affordable. The place to take in the local scene is Rodrigo Lake. Surrounded by mountains, the lake is shadowed by ultra-hip shopping neighborhoods Leblon, Lagoa, and Ipanema. After a coconut milk refresher, I headed over to meet Oscar Metzebat. This guy's the jet setter who dresses the jet setters.
Hey, Oscar.
Yeah.
How are you?
Fine.
Check this guy out. He drips hip. The hair, the glasses, the scooter, the clothes.
I like those sneakers.
Thank
I think
you.
I need a pair for myself.
His Osklin shop is just 2 blocks of world-famous Ipanema Beach. This guy's mission is simple. Design hot clothes for jet setters around the world. Surfwear, skiwear, streetwear, all of it inspired by nature and adventure.
everything comes from an experience in your life in a region of the world.
Yeah, the brand comes from my lifestyle. Surfing in Tahiti, snowboarding in the Himalayas.
Seeing the world and saving it, he started using sustainable materials that protect the Amazon rainforest long before it was cool.
So this is latex?
It's latex. It's latex from the Amazon.
Wow.
Made by the Indians there. Social and environmental sustainable project.
These funky sneakers, fish skin, which is normally thrown away.
Now you can't wear these pants with these shoes. Try this one.
Hey!
Come on.
I've been Oscarized.
Welcome to Rio de Janeiro.
I'm ready to roll.
I love it.
We're brothers.
We hopped on a scooter and went straight to Avenida Vieira Soto, the main drag along the beach. We stopped at lifeguard chair number 9, the hottest stretch of sand on Ipanema. We were surrounded by natural beauty. The front side of the Twin Brothers towered over the volleyball games. Anyone can join. The sunbathers, no one's pale. And the style junkies, everyone looks good. This is the Brazilian lifestyle.
How did the lifestyle start? You're a guy from Rio de Janeiro whose clothing represents the world. How did that begin?
It began like I'm a physician, I'm a doctor.
So how'd you go from being a doctor to being a fashion lifestyle guru?
Just because I want to do what I like and what I would like enjoy and go for it.
It was 20 years ago, and the doctor and his buddies wanted to climb the Andes, but they couldn't find any winter survival gear in Brazil. So Oscar made it.
I developed with my knowledge in biophysics and ergonometry. I designed a kind of jacket and a pant that was breathable.
The trip rocked. Their clothes worked, friends asked for more, and Oscar decided to change his life.
I believe in my dreams. I believe in my skills. When I have an idea, I feel comfortable on this and say, yes, entrepreneur is one of the coolest things in the world.
The more adventures Oscar took, the cooler his designs became. Spirit quest in Tibet, motorcycling across Nepal, snowboarding the Himalayas, and hanging with yoga masters in India.
What do you say to people that are doing one thing and they may have a passion for something else? What's your advice?
Do what you love. Live from your own lifestyle. If you do that, money comes after, always.
Coming up, how do you say bling in Brazil? H. Stern.
This is the precious topaz. It's about $70,000.
It was my last day in Rio de Janeiro, and I couldn't leave without stopping off to visit an old friend.
Well,
how are you?
Long time no see, yeah.
This is the world-famous jeweler Hans Stern. You may not recognize the face, but he's pretty much the international king of bling. Starting from nothing in the 1940s, Mr. Stern, as everyone calls him, has become the jet-set jeweler. Movie stars, millionaires, kings, queens, all wear his baubles. I used to sell his stuff on my cruise ships, and we became great friends over the years. His flagship store is right here in Ipanema.
Mr. Stern, this is gigantic.
It has a showroom, a special showroom, and a VIP area for high-enders.
There's a lot of people here.
There are about 10,000 visitors a month.
10,000 visitors a month?
Yes.
And for total jet-setters only, shopping right inside a vault.
This is the precious topaz. It's about $70,000.
Wow, look at this.
These are emeralds.
Okay.
This is unusual because of design, you know.
So you don't want to bring your girlfriend into the vault?
Certainly not, no.
Not unless you are ready to spend 120 grand on her. H. Stern specializes in precious stones mined in Brazil. Aquamarine, amethyst, and topaz. Here's a jet-set tip. A lot of Stern stuff is pretty affordable. In fact, you can buy pieces here for half what they cost in the United States.
What's the secret of your success?
To be honest, we are very conscious to be fair with everybody.
Great advice from a trusted and respected friend. Later that night, I took a cable car up to the top of Sugarloaf and was awed by the spectacular views of Rio. As I stood there, I began to reflect on the places I'd been and the people I'd met. While everyone's story was unique, I realized that all these successful people shared certain core values. Do what you love. Believe in yourself. Stay humble. And help others. It's a simple and universal formula to living a good life. Sometimes, I guess we all have to climb great heights and travel far away for this simple truth to hit home.